Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here. Don't forget to subscribe. And it's Sunday, so we are doing breaches of the week. This week in data breaches, absolutely insane. But thank you very much to Josh Wolfram, Bennett Sorensen, and William Funge. I really appreciate this. And today, we're going to be talking about Hyundai / Kia / Genesis, Logitech, Princeton University, the Washington Post, DoorDash, and on and on and on. And so with that, let's dive right in and head over to the Horn of Africa and talk about Somalia's Immigration and Citizenship Agency, because they just confirmed that attackers breached their electronic visa platform, exposing sensitive personal data of travelers who use the system. So they basically admitted this the other day, and it marks the first official acknowledgement by the Somali authorities after the United States and UK issued warnings earlier this week regarding this system. At least 35,000 people, including thousands of American citizens, may have had their data compromised by basically unidentified attackers when they penetrated the system, according to the U.S. Embassy's statement on November 13th. So obviously this is just fresh, but heads up to you. If you've traveled to Somalia or you're a Somali national and also an American citizen, you may be caught up in this. Moving on, let's head on over to Philadelphia and talk about the Philadelphia Corporation for Aging, or PCA. They recently suffered a data breach that compromises sensitive and protected health information of individuals under their care. Now, the investigation determined that an unauthorized third party may have had access to and copied information from their systems between July 10th through the 25th of this year, and we're talking names and other personal and protected health information. So heads up to you, PCA employees and patients. Moving on, Princeton University, they just confirmed a data breach that affected its database with personal information about affiliates, including students, parents, alumni, and donors. So we're talking names, email address, phone numbers, home and business addresses, and donation history. So heads up to you if you have anything to do with Princeton. Moving on, Pennsylvania Attorney General, specifically their office, they're warning residents of the Commonwealth of a data breach that occurred earlier this year. And according to the office, residents' personal information, including social security numbers, may have been accessed by through what they are calling a cyber incident. This happened in August when the website, email, and phones went offline. So best of luck to you if you have anything to do with the Attorney General in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Moving on, let's talk about Oracle, specifically their e-business suite. This is the massive breach that keeps getting companies declaring data breaches, and this past week is no different. The Washington Post, the newspaper, just came out and declared a breach for 10,000 of their employees, and Logitech, maker of peripherals like mice, etc., just declared as well. So if you are subscribing to Washington Post or buying Logitech stuff, you might want to check in. Moving on. Let's talk about DoorDash. This is the major delivery system that we've got all over the place. They disclosed a data breach that hit their platform this October. Now, beginning basically on the evening of November 12th, DoorDash, and for the record, they have millions of customers across the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, started emailing those impacted by this security incident. We are talking first and last name, physical address, phone number, and email address as well. So they're not saying payment card data was hit, and this was traced back to a DoorDash employee falling victim to a social engineering scam. This is why you train your people, and so here we go. But heads up, DoorDash patrons. Moving on, S&H Transport. They reported the Attorney General of Massachusetts that sensitive personally identifiable information in its care may have been compromised. We're talking name, social security number, and driver's license information, so odds are it's S&H Transport employees. But nevertheless, heads up. Moving on, Country Club Enterprises, LLC, they do business as C2 Vehicles. They sell golf carts, things like that. Anyway, they just reported to Vermont that they experienced a data breach in which sensitive personally identifiable information may have been compromised. According to their notice, this happened on August 28th due to a network disruption. We're talking name, social security number, and driver's license caught up by C2 Vehicles. Moving on. Central One Federal Credit Union. Now, according to their alert, which was published on the Attorney General's website, essentially on November 12th of this year, they experienced a data breach that potentially exposed Social Security, driver's license, government-issued ID, financial information, medical info, and health insurance information as well. Those impacted will be notified by mail, and Central One Federal Credit Union has locations throughout Massachusetts with its main office in Shrewsbury. So heads up to you if you use that credit union. Never a fan seeing those hit. Moving on, Synovus. They are a leading UK pathology services provider. The stolen data from them is including personal information such as NHS numbers, names, dates of birth, and in some cases test results that could be matched to the individual. However, Synovus says the majority of the stolen information requires, quote, clinical knowledge or further enrichment to interpret. So this breach is being linked to the QLin ransomware gang, and I've never heard that before, that, well, we got data breach, but you got to be an expert in order to decipher it. Okay, I hope you're right. Moving on. Marshfield Clinic in Wisconsin. Now, they apparently had patient information leaked via compromised employee email accounts. That's plural. I don't know more than that, but that is what they are essentially declaring right now. So best of luck to you, Marshall Clinic people. Moving on, Hamilton Construction Company. Now, Hamilton reported to the Attorney General of Washington that the state that they experienced a data breach that had personal sensitive identifiable information in it, and protected health information may have been compromised. Apparently, they were accessed by an unauthorized party on June 19th of this year, and the name, social security number, dates of birth, driver's license numbers, passports, financial and banking info, medical information, health insurance policy, and ID number were hit. So heads up, Hamilton Construction employees in Oregon. Moving on. Antigo Construction, they reported the Attorney General of Montana that they experienced a data breach in which sensitive personally identifiable information may have been compromised, pretty much the same as the last one, name, social security number, tax ID, driver's license, financial account information, and health insurance information caught up in that. Moving on, Antizana, I'm guessing they're siblings, an injury law firm based in Maryland. Now, Antizana reported to Massachusetts that sensitive personal identifiable information and health information may have been compromised. We're talking name, social security, driver's license, and medical records as well. So Antizana, heads up if you use them for all your personal injury needs. Moving on. River Oaks Hospital, basically they are based out of Texas. On November 7th, they reported to Texas that they had experienced a data breach with sensitive information being accessed. We're talking name, social security number, date of birth, driver's license number, government-issued ID numbers such as passport, state IDs, financial information like account numbers, debit or credit card numbers, medical info, and health insurance information as well. So heads up, patients in River Oaks in Texas. Moving on, the Miller Financial Group. I don't know much about this breach, but they are declaring name, social security number, driver's license or state ID, account numbers, and financial information being caught up in this as well. Moving on, Morton Drug Company, or simply Morton, they shared on their website that on or about August 20th of this year, they discovered a network security incident impacting its IT systems and are declaring that name, social security numbers, and prescription information has gotten out there. I don't have much more information than that, and we're already to our finally. This was actually a bit of a shorter week, and I couldn't really find much on lawsuits this week because everybody's suing everybody, so this was a weird pass for November, but I want to basically finish this with one of the largest car makers in the world, Hyundai, coming out of South Korea, because they are warning customers of a data breach that reportedly affected millions of people, aka their customers and potential customers. So, a report from Forbes showed that Hyundai Auto Ever, that's an IT subsidiary of the greater Hyundai Group, experienced a data breach earlier this year. Now, specifically, Forbes is reporting leaked information includes names, driver's license numbers, and social security numbers of millions of people. And according to the generic version of the letter that Hyundai Auto Ever is sending to affected parties, they became aware of this on March 1 of this year. So the letter confirmed that this breach began on February 22nd and wasn't resolved until March 2nd of this year, meaning that the attackers had compromised security for over a week prior to their discovery and obviously, and I hope, excise from the system. Now, Hyundai has spent the intervening 7 months conducting an investigation and is now just beginning to send out notification letters. They haven't confirmed exactly how many people are affected, but the company's software extends to 2.7 million cars throughout North America. So we're talking about just that market alone. Only those affected by the leak will receive notification letters. So if you have a Hyundai, Kia, or Genesis car, you might want to keep an eye out on for this. But in response to the attack, the company brought in third-party cybersecurity teams. That's very common. In Hyundai AutoEver's letter to affected parties, they also offered 2 years of credit monitoring. That's pretty much, again, pretty standard. And in a statement to Car and Driver, a representative for Hyundai confirmed that the company is aware of the breach and said that the automaker is monitoring the situation to ensure safeguards are in place. And according to a representative, Hyundai is not aware of any Hyundai Motor America or Blue Link driver data that was included in this leak. So the reason why I'm wrapping up with this is Hyundai, like some of the other visible companies I talked about here, DoorDash, Logitech, some of the others, really underscores why we in cybersecurity basically have a problem with the general public, because the general public says, well, I drive a Hyundai, so okay, it's just another breach. My data is out there and it's just on and on and on, same as it ever was. But we really need to consider that we should be maintaining our privacy and cybersecurity to the best of our abilities. Data breaches do happen. Our data does get caught up in it. I am not immune from that like anybody else listening or watching this. And the problem that we have here is that we just basically have thrown up our hands. Many people have. But also understand that your data ages. Right? We move, we change locations, we change names, we get married, we get divorced. A lot about our information, has a certain amount of fluidity to it. Very few things are rigid beyond, let's say, our name, which we could technically legally change, or social security number, which would require a million hoops jumped through to change. But the point is that we have some recourse here. So make sure you're maintaining that data privacy, even if it looks like, oh my God, like who got hit again? Everybody got hit. So there you go. But those were your breaches of the week. Little shorter video /podcast /radio segment this time around. But hey, we got to keep on top of it. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please, please, please attempt to stay private, informed, and secure. Take care.